My name is Deji Adedayo. I'm the Intelligent Automation Lead and Product Owner at Gordon Food Services. A couple of years ago, we ran across a process that we basically forgot in GFS. It's our claims process where we receive products from vendors, and then we have to inspect it to make sure that everything is right with the product. No missing item, no broken product, and things like that. If there are any missing items or any broken product, or damaged product rather, we have to file a claim with the vendor, and we needed to do that within 30 days. The person doing the process left the company, and we basically forgot about it. So we were losing a lot of money to vendors, and nobody knew about it. But somehow we kind of stumbled on it, and like, okay, we need to solve for this. The business wasn't willing to recruit someone to do the job. It didn't make any sense, and we had to work with several stakeholders to kind of automate that process. And we had to map out the process. First of all, I think that's one of the things that one of the very first barriers you need to break down silos is understanding the process, mapping out the entire process end to end. So that was the first thing that we had to do, map out the entire process, and from there we're able to identify the right skills and the right stakeholders that could help us with the data gathering, with the process, improving it, and before automating it. So we ended up automating that process, and we're reaping the benefits right now. It's been a huge benefit or addition to the company. I think that is a big issue that I've seen in my space. We talk about communication a lot of the time, and I think it gets misplaced or get lost in translation. Communication means different things to different stakeholders, depending on their maturity level. So you need to be able to put off your technical art, so to say, and basically understand where the business is coming from, understand their language, understand what you're saying, pass the message across to them in a simple, clear terms that you understand. That helps a lot. Also, we need to be transparent. As an automation team, we've not done a great job at that. I don't think so. I think a lot of organizations have not done a great job at that, but we need to be transparent in what we do. We need to highlight our successes, where we failed. We need to be able to highlight that as well, and also plot out our areas of improvement on how we need to improve on our failures. It's not a bad thing to fail. I think it's a learning point. When you fail quickly, you learn quickly from it, you pivot to new strategies, and you move on. So I think transparency and communication, when I say communication, clear communication that the business understands. Not that, sometimes we speak to ourselves thinking that the business kind of understand, and they don't. So we need to speak to them in language that they do understand. Data is very important with automation. One of the good things automation has done for us is it has opened our eyes, or it's opening us to new to new data that we have never seen before, new insights to our processes that we don't know anything about. For example, in my company, we've been doing, we've been matching invoices for a very long time manually, and we didn't know the level of bad invoice or invalid invoices that we had. So harvesting automation data and understanding the trends within those data, and then finding areas of improvement for the process and for automation performance as well is crucial for the organization. So what we talked about is it's not one fits all solution or one fits all metrics. For every automation that you build, you have to be able to identify unique benefit or value add for each automation. So it kind of varies. So for example, in my company, we have two sets of data. We have the data that basically tracks the bot performance, and also what are the insights data this new automation gives to us, and then we build metrics around that. So we track high-level stuff like P&L impact, efficiency savings, hours saved, all those good stuff. Those are regular with every automation that we build. But with each automation comes with its own value, and you have to measure it. Like, okay, for example, I talked about invalid invoice. Like, how many of those are we getting? Have we reduced it over time? Like, you need to track that. In some instances as well, you want to track the percentage error reduction, so to say. Then we had a process. We want to also maybe track like image classification that we have in our company, for example. What is the rate of accuracy, for example? We want to track that. but with data that we share with management to share our success, to share our failures and things like that. We want to be sharing, okay, what are the adoption rates, how much money have we invested, and what is the returns that we've gotten back from that investment. We are tracking things like that. And we also track number of automation. I want to be able to tell them that within this period we're able to build this much automation, and those are some of the things that we basically track. So it's not a one-size-fits-all. While we have the data that is basically tailored towards management, we also have data that is basically tailored towards individual businesses and automation that we build. So this is my first SSON conference, and I will be attending the future ones as well. But my favorite thing is having to interact with other companies and see what they're doing, getting similar stories. We are adopting similar strategies. We are facing very similar problems. So it's interesting how different companies are facing the same problems and how they're tackling it. I'm learning a lot from that, and that's one thing I've really enjoyed in this conference.